The other type of question that I expect you guys to have issues with was this one. And it's really not impossible, but there is an algebraic thing going on here, right? And it's right in here, all right? So the first thing that they let us know is that there's two spheres. They're non-conducting, meaning they're insulators. They have their charges just sitting on them. And Q1 plus Q2 is equal to 91 microcoulombs, or 91 times 10 to the negative 6. This little fun fact can come in at the very end of this question. Right, so the first thing I did was I sketched these two charges out, right? I got two charges because it goes on and it says it has they have a force on them. The force each exerts on the other. It says that they're 31 centimeters apart in my case. And the forces that they exert are repulsive. That tells me they're the same charge. Now, I don't know if they're plus or minus, doesn't matter. I just know that they have a force on them of 10.5 newtons. Okay, so this is one equation with two unknowns, so I need another equation. Well, that equation happens to be Coulomb's law. Right, there's my equation. So I know there's a force of 10.5 newtons. I know it comes from 9 times 10 to the 9th. I know one of them is called charge 1. The other is called charge 2. And the distance between them is squared. Right, so I have a number times two unknowns equals a number, 10.5. So the way I would do it is I would take those values, the 99, and divide that by the 0.31 squared. And I get 9.365 times 10 to the 10th, right, is equal to 10.5, and this is Q1, Q2. Well, as it turns out, I can rewrite Q1 and Q2. I could say Q1 is 91 times 10 to the negative 6 minus Q2. Well, anywhere there's a Q1, then I can replace it with that. So this ends up giving me 10.5. I'm going to divide out that 9.365 and set it equal to Q1, which actually, you know what, we're going to replace it now. Q1 is going to be 91 minus Q2 times Q2. Well, I can distribute that Q2, right? I can distribute that in and get 91 times 10 to the negative 6 Q2 minus, this is going to look strange, Q2 squared, right, is equal to whatever 10.5 over that other answer was. And so I get 1.121 times 10 to the negative 10. Wait a second. I've got a variable that's squared, a variable, and a constant. Shoot. 0 is equal to negative Q2 squared plus 91 times 10 to the negative 6 Q2. That's like an X, right? Minus 1.121 times 10 to the negative 10. So it looks to me like I have an A term, a B term, and a C term. And you know what we can do with that. And I'll leave it there.